Welcome to Traveling with Francoise. I'm Francoise Rhodes. We're going to spend a couple days in Carlsbad, California, known to locals as the Village by the Sea. Hey, want to travel? I'll take you there. Want to dine? I'll tell you where. Play golf? I'll pick the spot and I like it. I know it's hot. With the 7 miles of Pacific coastline, Carlsbad also offers visitors world-class resorts, shopping, golf, restaurants, and some major attractions, including Legoland, the Flower Fields, and Carlsbad Ranch, and only 35 miles to San Diego. Founded in the late 1800s, in 1952 Carlsbad was incorporated and has a year-round population of about 112,000 residents, and headquarters to many big-name companies such as Callaway and TaylorMade, Jenny Craig, and Upper Deck. Among the nation's top 20 wealthiest communities, Carlsbad is the 5th richest city in the state of California. The West Inn & Suites is an independent boutique hotel offering the ultimate in luxurious detail with classic style and superior guest service. The modern boutique-styled West Inn & Suites has 86 rooms, including 36 suites. We're here at the West Inn & Suites in Carlsbad, California. Now, I stayed at this property about 7 years ago and I just loved it. So I can't wait to go back in and see what's changed. Obviously, it looks like a tropical paradise now with all the trees maturing, but it's beautiful here. So let's go inside and check in. Hi, I'm checking in. Francoise, cute, thank you. Hi, how are you?
It's been a long time.
Oh,
so
my
good to see you.
gosh.
So good to see you.
So here I am at the West Inn & Suites in Carlsbad, and this is one of the reasons I am back to this property. I love the property, but I also love the general manager, which is Kim Malaspina. Kim, it's so great to see you. It's been about 7 years. Well, can I leave this here and we can go chat for a minute?
Let's go chat.
Let's go chat.
Here at West, we have amazing 2 restaurants on property, fine dining. We have a more casual restaurant. We've got great chefs. Since you were last here, we've remodeled rooms.
I thought so.
Yeah, we've remodeled
okay.
rooms. We have a corporate boardroom that is fabulous upstairs. Breakfast is included here at the hotel. We have sand toys for the kids, boogie boards. You don't pack any of that.
Well,
we have everything here for you.
I love that, but I remember also that the West Inn is very close in proximity to a lot of things in Carlsbad. How far away are we from the beach, downtown?
Just 4 short blocks to the ocean, or just a 5-minute drive to Legoland, the GIA, which I think you're going to go visit.
Yes, I'm going. I can't
That
wait.
really exciting place. Shopping all around us, golf courses all around us. And then we have the Village, which is just a mile in.
Carlsbad is a year-round destination. You don't need to just wait for the summertime. Now you're all decorated for 4th of July.
4th of July is a big deal here.
First of all, you're very pet friendly.
Yes.
You love pets
We
here.
love our pets.
You
We
love
love
your
our
pets
pets.
here, yes. And you keep along with that theme. And it's hard to find hotels that love the pets like you do. You do a great job with that. We have 2 restaurants on property. So we're going to be eating here on property. You also have breakfast here. You have a room for breakfast. Just so much. Okay, well, I am going to go to my room, get settled, and we will visit later.
I can't wait.
Okay. This portion of Traveling with Francoise is brought to you by Command One Security, covering the entire Coachella Valley. Diane Williams and Associates, trust experience, experience trust. Indian Ridge Country Club in Palm Desert, love where you play. Welcome back to Traveling with Francoise. Well, I bet you didn't know that I knew how to play the piano, and I don't. But one of my favorite places to visit when we are here in Carlsbad is the Museum of Making Music. You are in for a real treat. You've probably never seen anything like it. At the entrance to the museum, you'll notice the acronym NAMM, NAM. Those initials stand for the National Association of Music Merchants, the not-for-profit association that serves and strengthens the global music products industry. The museum celebrates the music products industry's rich history from 1900 to today. You'll hear a lot of music during your visit, from the marches and the rags of the early 1900s through the evolutionary sounds of jazz, folk, rock and roll, and pop, to the cross-cultural expressions of today's connected world. Hi, BJ.
Hi, Francoise.
It's been a long time.
I know. Great to have you here.
Thank you. This is BJ Morgan. He is with the Museum of Making Music. It's been probably 7 years since I've been to Carlsbad. I can't wait to see what new exhibits you have. And you can also explain to us what the Museum of Making Music is all about. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
The Museum of Making Music, we explore the people who made instruments, the people who use instruments, how those instruments created popular music, all from the 1890s up to the present day. So as you walk into the museum galleries, you're transported back in time where you see what it was like to be a piano maker or a piano salesperson or an artist who would make music using those pianos.
These pianos are beautiful.
Yes, the pump organs, and then we have a classic Chickering organ.
And BJ, you mentioned guitars. Everywhere I look here in the museum, and we're only in the very
This is just the first gallery.
The very
yeah.
first gallery. There are guitars everywhere. Why so many guitars? Now those, I've never seen anything like those.
These are special guitar. These are actually harp guitars. They have the standard, strings that you would create your melodies and harmonies out of, but then they also have these larger resonant strings that take on the harp-like feature of the guitar. And there's so many variations of harp guitars, and they have very deep history associated with them.
We're just at the very first exhibit, but how many exhibits do you have here in the Museum of Making Music?
Here at the museum, we've got about 500 artifacts on display, both the historic artifacts and then the artifacts that you can actually walk up to and touch and play. And so we have the historic example here. You can't touch this one, but then right next to it we have the playable mandolin where you can sit down.
Go over.
You can go up, and it says
I
"Play
can
me."
pick this up, and I can look like I really know what I'm doing. Yeah. There, I can rock out here.
Rocking out.
But that's what makes it so fun for adults and kids is not only do you get to hear all these different sounds, you get to touch.
Absolutely.
This is very pretty. I like that right
Thank
there.
you.
Okay.
And so as we move through the museum, we go forward in time. So right now we enter the 1909 to about 1920, where we see music like jazz. And the bands get a little bit bigger. So Louis Armstrong was a very prominent musician at this time. He did a lot of what we call improvisation, where he would just experiment with notes, not chained to a single melody written onto a page. And it really just kind of opened up the horizon for musicians where they were like a new form of freedom. This is a theremin, and it was invented in 1927 by Russian scientist Leon Theremin, and it's one of the first electrified instruments that you didn't have to touch to play. So you wave your hands in front of the antenna, and where you put your hands in space would determine how high or low the note sounded, or how loud or soft the volume was of that note. Here's a Steinway GI piano, one of the few instruments that was commissioned especially for the wartime effort. It's a little bit of a hardier build, and this one's painted in olive drab green. We have its cousin is also here in San Diego, down at the USS Midway Museum in the navy blue. And then recognizing that rock and roll was a massive part of what people were enjoying, you've got the Fender Stratocaster, one of the most iconic guitar designs that people are familiar with. This is where we really let people explore. This is where they can get in and discover their inner musician. If they feel like they might not have had one, this is where they have a chance to try it out. Remember how we talked about the theremin with Leon Theremin? There's a picture of him with an early theremin. And this one, you don't even have an instrument to play. And so do a cactus pose like that.
Yeah.
Now you are a theremin. Now when you move your arms up and down, you'll change the pitches of those notes.
Oh, how fun! Oh, it's exciting. How fun is that?
And then to end your session, all you have to do is walk off the screen so the camera can't see you anymore.
So I am now an orchestra leader.
Exactly.
That's
Your whole
very
body is an
exciting.
instrument now.
I love a great gift shop. I always end up in the gift shops after every tour of every museum I go to. BJ, thank you so much. Well, so well worth it. And when you're in Carlsbad, the beaches are fabulous, but the Museum of Making Music is going to just knock your socks off. It's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. A big attraction for Carlsbad visitors are the beaches. Tamarack State Beach has 4 miles of jogging trails, one high on the bluffs and another down at the beach. It's popular for day use and barbecues. It's also close to Carlsbad Village, the downtown area, and on the top of the bluffs where you can grab something to eat. South Carlsbad State Beach has campsites on a cliff overlooking the beach. There's no day-use facilities and it's more isolated than Tamarack State Beach, but anyone can use the beach for the day. Park on one of the nearby streets to the east. And camping at Carlsbad State Beach is the best way to be near the beach and hear the waves at night. Camping is available on bluffs overlooking the beach and ocean at South Carlsbad State Beach. Reserve early. The campground is usually full and crowded on weekends and in the summer. For over 60 years, from early March to early May, Mother Nature has transformed the rolling hills of Carlsbad at Carlsbad Ranch into one of the most spectacular and coordinated display of natural color and beauty anywhere in the world, known as the Flower Fields. This annual burst of color, which has become part of the area's local heritage, also is one of nature's official ways of announcing the arrival of spring here in Southern California. When driving to the village on Carlsbad Boulevard, you'll notice the Carlsbad Aqua Farm. Cultivating Mediterranean blue mussels, Pacific oysters, and ogo, the company has been in operation since 1990 and sells about 300,000 pounds of mussels and 1 million oysters a year. This portion of Traveling with Francoise is brought to you by Command One Security, covering the entire Coachella Valley. Indian Ridge Country Club in Palm Desert. Love where you play. And Diane Williams and Associates. Trust experience, experience trust. Welcome back to Traveling with Francoise. Sparkling diamonds, emeralds, and rubies. We see them everywhere. Well, today we are so lucky to visit the GIA, the Gemological Institute of America. Their headquarters are right here in Carlsbad. Dedicated to the research of gemstones, the GIA has set the standards for our jewelry industry of today. Joining us is Stephen Morisseau. Hi, Stephen.
Hey, Francois, how are you?
I am fabulous. This is your job in this beautiful setting. How long have you been here?
I've been with GIA just about 5 years.
Every day when you come to work, are you in awe at everything you see here?
So I am in awe about 2 things. First of all the wonderful things that we have going on our campus here. So the public spaces, the exhibits, the education for our students, diamond grading and examining of gemstones and the fabulous research, but also, we're perched on a bluff overlooking the Pacific, so it's really a nice place to visit.
Definitely fascinating. Now, this is an institute, and I want to make sure that everyone understands that the research has been going on with the GIA for decades.
Right.
So perhaps you can give us a little overview of the institute, and then we'll go on a tour.
Sure. So GIA was founded more than 85 years ago, and we are the creators of the 4 C's of diamond quality: cut, color, clarity, and carat weight. So that's probably what we're best known for, but we also do a tremendous amount of research into diamonds, and I can talk about that in a little more detail, and also colored gems, so ruby, sapphire, emerald, and all the other gemstones from alexandrite to zircon that maybe people haven't heard about. Also on this campus, we are sort of training the next generation of gem and jewelry professionals. It's all sorts of people who are learning about gemology, they're learning about jewelry design, and they're learning about jewelry manufacturing as well.
All right, so we're able to go on a tour. The GIA is open to the public. We'll tell you a little bit more about that later on. But at this point, Stephen, I can't wait to tour the facilities.
Well, good. Well,
so
let's get going.
Go. All right. Okay, joining us here inside the GIA to give us a tour of the many exhibits that are here for visitors and students, along with the learning centers, is Terry Ottaway. Hi, Terry.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Now tell us, what is it that you do here at the GIA?
I'm the museum curator, and I'm also a geologist and a gemologist. So I'm always intrigued at how gems form.
And how long have you been doing this?
Gosh, you know, we're coming up to 15 years now.
Well, it really is an incredible facility here, and I thought we would start because I love my birthstone is a ruby, and I thought this is a perfect exhibit to start in, and this is the birthstone room. So is this a permanent exhibit or a traveling exhibit?
No, this is a temporary exhibit that contains, except for one piece, everything is from GIA's collection. And it's a really fun exhibit. This is its third iteration. We initially did it down in the San Diego airport.
This is the perfect place to start for your guided tour here at the GIA, which is in the birthstone exhibit. So let's move on to some other pieces here at the GIA. Terry, when we talk about gemstones, jewelry is the first thing that comes to mind, especially for the ladies, not so much the guys, but for the ladies. And all around me, there are just sparkling gems of all different types. But behind me, I am not even sure what this is, but it is spectacular.
It is a true work of art. These two artists found this fabulous quartz crystal that also had these internal hair-like inclusions of the mineral rutile. And so they started fashioning this up to try and, you know, bring out all of the life and joy in it. And probably three-quarters of the way through the process, this crystal split into three different sections. They went away for 3 weeks and cried, and then they came back and decided, you know what we're going to do? We're going to create a gold jacket around it and to, you know, put the three crystal sections back together. And then they got the idea that if they hung it, then it would be like an enormous pendant. So this beautiful piece is known as the Bahia. It's quartz, it's rutilated quartz from the Bahia province in Brazil. And it's very strategically placed because that window faces due east. And of course on the solstice, or around this time of year, when the sun comes up, it hits that crystal and just sends rainbows all the way down the hall.
Well, I think this is a little bit too large for me to wear as a pendant, so why don't we look at some gemstones and maybe some jewelry that perhaps I could wear. All right, Terry, I know you brought us over into this room for a reason, so what is this room all about? We were talking about jewelry, but...
Well, this exhibit is called Riches in the Rocks, and although I love jewelry, my training is geologist, so I like to look at the natural crystals too. For example, most people don't realize that California is the source of many beautiful gems such as tourmalines. And here are some wonderful tourmaline crystals that were mined probably about 40 minutes drive from here, and just absolutely gorgeous. Benitoite over here is only known in its gem form from California. So, and sadly the mines are almost mined out, but it still makes an incredible gemstone when you do see it on the market.
All right, jewelry. Here is some jewelry right here. This is, they look very unique, all these pieces.
They are. These are some really extraordinary gems used in this, but I have to tell you what's most fun and my favorite is this butterfly ring right in the front. The wings are carved from a bicolored tourmaline, so it's a crystal that was pink and green, and they've made the ring part double so that you could wear it over 2 fingers, and then as you move your fingers, the wings are going to open and close. So a very dynamic, interactive ring.
All right, this beautiful exhibit right here, this piece here is incredible. What is this?
Isn't it fun? It is a slice of a geode that was found down in Brazil. If you recall, there are those big crystalline sort of oblong pockets. This one was a double pocket lined with crystals, and somebody's taken a slice right across and then set it up on its end. The brownish area over here is the basalt, you know, the solidified lava matrix. And of course you can see the crystals growing in cavities. This is an assortment of gemstones that we find in East Africa. And a lot of people you know, they don't think about where gems actually come from. If you were to ask most people, they would say jewelry stores. But before they get to the jewelry store, they have to be cut. Before they were cut, they have to have come from somewhere. And so they are, you know, dug or mined out of the ground. So we have a fabulous assortment of different garnets and different color sapphires and tourmaline crystals.
Right, here at the facility, another fascinating aspect of the tour that we receive, the docent-led tour, is your hallways. In all the hallways, you have exhibits. Can you tell us about those?
We have 66 exhibits in these hallways, and they have some of everything. There's teaching things that apply to the course material, where students can see a variety of gems, the crystals, the gemstones, and all their various colors and permutations. This particular hallway we've nicknamed Rodeo Drive because in it we have all of our really big, fun pieces. For example, this opal necklace is known as the Path of Enlightenment. And I love it because the opals are high quality, they're very well matched. I love the kind of almost primitive, free-form design. And another fun aspect is that there are 2 clusters of opals in the front that can be removed and worn as earrings.
Well, I'd love to go shopping, but I don't think we're allowed here to go shopping. So much to see. Terry, I can't thank you enough for giving us a tour of the facility here. The GIA is just truly amazing. It's something for the entire family to enjoy. And it's right here in Carlsbad, California, the headquarters of the GIA, Gemological Institute of America. After a busy day of sightseeing, dining out is a big part of traveling. I have found the locals' favorite right here at Bistro West, located on site at the West Inn. I'm personally not a wine connoisseur, but I know a lot of my viewers are. Joining me now is General Manager Greg Cole, and we're standing in front of the Bistro West wine wall.
Yes, we do have this fantastic wine wall of about 125 different labels, but we also do have a full-service bar, including with a lot of local beers. I always love the opportunity to pair foods with wines for our guests. So whenever a guest comes in and is looking for something special, I relish that opportunity. I've got wines from all over the country, California, Washington. I've got French wines, I've got Argentinian wines, we're all over.
Your wine selection is phenomenal, your full-service bar, everything a traveler could want right here at West Inn. After looking over the menu very carefully, I am fortunate enough to have Executive Chef John Miller join us, bringing out their signature dish here at Bistro West, which is...
Good evening. It is our signature ahi tartare. We actually prepare it with bluefin tuna, a little bit of mango and avocado salsa, and then we will have some seaweed salad and a little bit of lime crema.
Well, Chef, it looks amazing, but let's talk a little bit about you. How long have you been here at Bistro West?
I've been at Bistro West for about 2 years. And it's been an amazing opportunity to work with some really fundamentally pristine ingredients, especially those from our farm, some of which you're enjoying right now.
And now on property, there are 2 restaurants here at the West Inn. So tell us just a little bit about what the other restaurant is. This is more of a casual dining?
This is. We focus on contemporary comfort cuisine here. The steakhouse focuses on a pure steakhouse model, fish, steaks, and chops. With a lot of great local seasonal specials.
Now I hear that the West Inn has a farm, their own farm.
It does. We have a farm, it's about a 2-acre farm, and we grow produce throughout the year. Not only field-based stuff, but we grow quite a bit of different kinds of tree fruits and different kinds of citrus fruits and things like that. But it's really a remarkable opportunity to work with things that come out of the farm, land in my kitchen, and never even see the inside of a refrigerator before we prepare them and serve them.
All right, and I did mention earlier that Bistro West is a local's favorite because you are open 7 days a week?
We are open 7 days a week, 363 days a year. So yes, we're open, and for lunch and dinner. We do a lot of private dining as well as a little bit of off-site catering from time to time.
Okay, I don't know how I'm going to be able to eat any more food after that amazing appetizer, but Chef Miller, tell me what you brought for dinner.
We prepared something special for you this evening. On your left, we prepared a Cabrilla grouper with a little bit of herbed orzo, some of our fresh heirloom tomatoes from the farm, as well as some of our microgreens. And on your right, we have our classic duck confit served on a butternut squash tortellacci, which is sort of like a large tortelloni, and again, just a variety of our specialty vegetables from the farm.
And these can be paired with all sorts of wine.
We pair, nearly everything is designed to be paired with our wine. We do that with cocktails as well as some of our beers. And a lot of these are then featured in winemaker dinners, beer dinners, and things like that as well.
All right. Well, I can't wait to dig in. Thank you so much for joining
My
us
pleasure.
today. So until next time, folks, remember, traveling is adventure. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I have filming it, and I can't wait to eat my dinner. So until next time, remember, it's never too late to get a life. See you later. Bye. Hey, want to travel? I'll take you there. Want to dine? I'll tell you where. Play golf? I'll pick the spot. Nightlife? I know it's hot. Want to travel? I'll take you there. Want to dine? I'll tell you where. Play golf? I'll pick the spot. Nightlife? I know it's hot. It's never too late to get a life.